Making elegant home decor using botanical scraps like twigs and seeds. That's the idea that made one Filipino furniture manufacturer win the top prize at the 43rd International Exhibition of Inventions in Geneva, Switzerland this year, after besting 800 top inventors and participants from the world over. Next week, his success story will be a highlight of the Green Philippines Expo happening in Manila. Now we're now joined by furniture greenovator Pedro Pete Delantar Jr., the President and Chief Executive Officer of Cebu-based Nature's Legacy Ex-Import Incorporated. Pete, good morning.
Good morning.
It's always a pleasure to see you. I've had the pleasure of coming out to your place in Cebu, and it looks like things have just continued to develop. You've really been at the forefront of enterprises that embrace both good business sense, great products, and doing it in a way that is beneficial to nature. That's what you're all about.
Yes, basically it's an ongoing thing. We never stop to innovate. We have to conquer other unconquered possibilities of making green successful,
right,
and being part of our lifestyle. So it's there.
Right. Cebu has always been known, it has a reputation for producing, much of the beautiful furniture that we export and enjoy here in the Philippines. A few years ago, I remember talking to you about how you made that change. You decided to continue to produce, furniture and accessories, but to do it in a way that it was, less impactful on the environment. And you've embraced it to such a level that, almost, you're really striving for zero waste in your facility.
Yeah, that's true, because when you produce furniture, you have extra lengths and extra pieces, and that can be converted into other pieces, decorations, and even fashion accessories,
right,
or gift. And we do gift for the APEC, which our product was featured as a token for the ministers.
Right, we're talking about these mango shaped bowls right here, which were actually given out to the delegates at APEC.
The APEC delegates, and also we have a lot of other items, fashion accessories. And what is interesting is that during this Green Philippines, we're introducing a product which is the alternative of the real skin or the real leather.
Okay.
We're doing fake leather made of recycled paper.
Well, this looks fantastic. This looks like the real thing to me.
Yeah, and if you're a vegan, you don't like to touch anything from animals, this is your thing.
Okay, true. Well, explain to us, some of the processes that you guys have pioneered in your factory. You wanted to, like you say, like I said earlier, continue to produce the great crafts that Cebu is known for, but to do it in a way that really sort of moves towards zero waste. And in fact, you've proven that doing it this way, a lot of people often shy from this because they feel like it may not make good business sense. But the way that you've gone about it really proves that you can have a successful business and do it in a very green sort of way.
Yeah. Yes, located in an island like Cebu, where resources is not really abundant. Resources for agriculture and recycling. We have to look at the other possibilities of, utilizing whatever we have. Like the excess of our packing materials, we use it for this and for other bases that are coming from that group, like packing materials, newspaper.
These are things which were traditionally considered waste, really, from the manufacturing process. The small wood chips that come from shaping various furniture, the little sawdust that's produced. When you ship things in or out, it comes in all kinds of crates and cardboard containers. But you found a way to take all of those things and to turn them into even more products that really speak of how inventive the Filipinos are.
Yeah, actually, we're talking here about leapfrog innovation. Innovating beyond what is the usual thing of improving things. So leapfrogging is going to some other industries and have some other application that you normally don't think of.
Right. I like the way you lifted that. It looks
very light.
It looks to me to be made of solid stone or granite. But these are just some of a sample of some of the products that you guys are producing. And a lot of people, might say, well, marami naman bato dyan eh. There's a lot of stone. Why don't we make these things out of stone? Sure, why not? But you have to take into consideration the fact that when you pack something like that, it weighs a lot, and all of those things from how many people it takes to shift a package like that from one side of the factory to another, how much fuel it costs to ship something that's, in this case purely decorative. If it's extra heavy, there's a much larger carbon footprint associated with shipping heavy things that come out of a country like ours. So these are small things that make the difference when you run a green business. And I'm assuming those are the kind of things that you want to cover during the expo.
Yes, doing something that are flat, it makes it easy to ship. You ship more in a small box, so the impact on the environment is very less.
Right.
Carbon footprints, emission is less. So all those things coupled together, you just don't look at one side. You have to look at the other side also. How it ends in a person's home, how it goes to a store. Is it going to do a lot of emissions or a lot of space? Then saving a lot of space and emission is really green.
Yeah, well, a lot of people really want to learn from the discoveries that you've made, turning your business into a very sort of green business. It's a model business, really, and you've been recognized here in the Philippines and most recently abroad in Switzerland. You continue to take home these awards where they notice how well you've embraced a green industry, a green business.
Yeah, basically the award we got from the National Invention Contest organized by the Department of Science and Technology is a manifestation of our pioneering thing in the Philippines. But further, when we won the 2015 43rd exhibit for invention in Geneva, it much more strengthened our manifestation that what we have done is really noble. You cannot see it anywhere, and even the judges in that exhibition said, "Oh, this is something that is part of an inclusive growth, inclusive business." You just have to work around you. You don't have to go far.
Right, and there's also next level stuff. I mean, many innovations like turning old doi packs into woven material for bags and that sort of thing. You can easily recognize some of the materials, but many of the materials that you use here in many of your products are actually, like you said, sort of offcuts or almost waste material of every other factory out there, and you've turned them into beautiful things. You win awards not just for how green your products are, but also for how well designed they also are.
Yeah, we've been recognized also for different designs in different exhibitions. One thing that caught the attention was during the Grammys, in the 50th Grammys, the organizer wanted Grammy goes green.
Right.
And we have this furniture available, and they said, "Oh, why don't you bring it to the Grammys and let the stars and the artists, admire it?" So we have Andrea Bocelli, Cyndi Lauper, and all those other artists that came and said, "Oh, it's amazing.
This is a great chair." Yeah, I remember seeing that chair, the partner chair to some of the pieces that we're sitting on now at your Cebu facility. Now, the expo itself is going to be exciting stuff. You're going to be one of the speakers, talking to people and really sort of letting them in on a few of your innovations in terms of manufacturing and products and all of the learnings that you've had along the way. You have so much to share with everybody.
Yeah, basically, we want to share to the Filipinos who wants to go green, and maybe we can have some discussion on how we can do better. We've been acknowledged and sold all over the world. I think it's time that the Filipinos get a hold of our product. Bringing the green thing into the home and work spaces. Right.
Well, it's going to be easier actually to see many of the products that you guys produce. You've recently opened a showroom in Manila, I understand?
Yeah, we have a showroom opened recently at Pasong Tamo Extension. The address is 2308.
Right.
It's across the Eco Plaza building.
One of the points that I like from the way that you've decided to run your business is also the way the beliefs you have for a more sustainable and a greener way of producing the products that you do is it seems to trickle down also to your staff. I remember chatting with you when I visited your factory and speaking to some of the people who work in the factory, how they've taken habits that you take to heart in the factory floor, where you say nothing is wasted, nothing is, we don't do anything that harms the environment. And these are lessons that they take back home with them into their own home, and they start to live a more sustainable life as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mindset change. When people are surrounded with people who are very keen and sensitive to environment, workspaces, or even in your neighborhood, you are also infected with that kind of behavior and attitude, and in turn infects your family and your neighbors. So it's a never-ending cascade.
It's a never-ending infection.
Yes,
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Yeah. Infectious, good infection.
Right. Okay. Well, what can we look forward to in terms of new innovation? It seems like you never stop innovating. We love to throw around the term greennovation and that sort of thing, but really, you are one of the people who are at the forefront of reinventing the way we produce things, reinventing the way we look at materials, and you seem to be doing a great job at it. What are the future trends in terms of the things that you're producing, in terms of what the market is looking for?
Actually, the thing that we're really pushing now is this greens, we call it G-skin, green skin. It's a fake, we call it faux leather, but it's made of paper.
Right.
Because what is the trend now is the indoor air quality. When you have a house that is closed, or in a hotel room, or in a lobby, you're run by air condition.
Yes.
And if you have a material that has emission of gases that are harmful, it creates sort of a respiratory sickness.
Not a very healthy environment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And by using our material, you're able to do away with all the sickness and live comfortably inside.
That's true. Okay, well, we don't want to let too much out of the bag, but what are some of the things? What are some of the key points that you're going to cover during your talk? I don't know, maybe a few nuggets of advice for people who want to make that change, run their business a little bit greener, or get into the field of green business. What sort of tips do you have for them, that you've learned over the years?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to invite the builders, architects, and interior designers to come over and see our product and appreciate it and see how you can use it in your projects, whether it's a house, a hotel, or a resort. And for those people who wants to be innovators and innovators or greennovators, just don't be afraid to try. Look around. You never know that the next thing that will be good, or the next big thing, will be just around you. Because like us, we were just cleaning our factory, and the trash become gold. So just keep on looking. Yeah. Okay, well, good stuff. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Pedro Pete Herrera Delantar Jr., the President and CEO of Nature's Legacy Ex-Import Incorporated. Don't forget to join them at the expo happening when again? September 24 and 26 of the SMX. All right. Thank you so much, Pete. Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, folks. Up